What's up, y'all? Welcome to the theden.podcast. Oh, my bad. I keep fucking up.
Fuck it, that could be our intro.
And it could.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We could do it live. Yo, what if we did like one of these live? We should do like an Instagram live.
I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
watching this already.
Not yet.
Except my boy David.
Shout out to David.
David
Shout out
Zalvin.
to David.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, David.
So, so welcome to the podcast, y'all. Welcome to the Den.
Podcast.
On today's podcast episode, we focus on enunciation, creativity, and not giving a fuck while giving a fuck.
Okay.
That was a segue.
To what?
I don't know. I was hoping someone would jump in and be like,
Ulysses S. Grant?
Today we have...
That's such a smooth transition, bro. This guy already knows. He's in the works, man. He's got this. But yes, Ulysses S. Grant was a wartime general.
We have now a topic of history.
So what was he, like 1920s, 1930s? I sound like the most ignorant motherfucker right now.
1930s, yeah. He was a mobster in
He was in World War II.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Nah, he was
You say that as a joke, and I'm like, was that a joke? I don't know. Like, is he being sarcastic with me?
If I'm not mistaken, he was first a general in the Civil War.
Yep.
That's fucking wow. That's like okay. This is a really long time ago then.
Yeah.
It was like 1770s.
Yeah, of course.
1760s.
Nope.
But I think the cool shit we can talk about him is like him being an alcoholic. I mean, this guy drank moonshine like it was nothing. And he loved killing people. Like, he had this thing called attrition, where basically, like, the idea is, it doesn't matter who's winning, like, just make sure you kill more than they do. So it doesn't matter how much, like, casualties you receive, as long as they receive more casualties than you do. So it's literally just slaughter.
So, like, for him, that's what was considered a win.
Yeah, exactly. If you slaughter more than they slaughter of yours, then that's a win.
That's very true.
We're fucking legends.
Because attrition is the most valuable part to, like, wars.
I don't know.
Attrition sounds like nutrition.
Because
I get it. He's feeding his country with dead people's blood. Makes sense. Makes
I
sense.
mean, sure. You can go with that. I don't mind.
I mean, they rhyme enough for you to make like.
Are you advertising?
Man,
Man, you really are selling out
he's
all the
only
time, bro. Like, yeah.
He's only advertising to the viewers, not the.
The beer of the day is a Hollywood Brewing Mango IPA. Fantastic.
See, that's the good thing about IPAs. Is that you're gonna get different flavors such as mango.
Yeah.
Also, you never know what IPA stands for, so it's like an
big
extra
facts.
bonus.
Everyone just throws it around like, yeah, so I got this new IPA from Funky Buddha today.
I mean, you know what IPA stands for, but you don't like it doesn't mean anything.
I don't know what it stands for.
It's Indian Pale Ale.
Indian Pale Ale. So
Yeah.
beer.
It's yeah.
What's ale? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Ale.
Yeah.
This.
Okay, I guess. I mean, fucking. I feel like it comes from something or.
You got this
I don't
thing.
know. How do you make beer?
Beer. You ferment
Seeds.
in it.
yeast.
Yeast. That's right. There is yeast. That's why it's not gluten free. Therefore,
You
brewers
ferment
can't eat
yeast,
it.
and then something happens.
That's the thing about infection. Like, if you get a yeast infection, you need to get that treated.
Be practically making beer.
But if you get a celiac infection, you just can't eat gluten.
It's not a celiac infection.
It's a celiac disease.
disease.
Yeah, well, I mean, infection, disease.
It's actually a ringworm, by the way.
They affect you in different ways. Yeah, how was your ringworm?
It's pretty good.
Would you like to show the viewers?
Sure.
You didn't. That's not even the right arm.
Yeah, it is the right arm.
No, it's not.
It's
Yes,
not.
it is.
It isn't.
This has ringworm on it.
Where?
Right there.
That's a spot.
Dude, the other one is the one with ringworm.
Yeah, show us the actual ringworm. You see it?
Oh, shit.
Dude, go show the camera. Dude, get up.
No, I'm good.
This
Dude,
guy.
I know you're not wearing pants. Just get up.
Now I'm wearing my shorts.
That's the thing about ringworm.
It makes
that-
you not wear pants.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
It just makes
Never
you feel
knew
like
that.
you have a ring with a worm inside of you. I don't know. And it's just like squiggling around. You know how like most of the time you're in the dirt, you know, when it rains outside and you like go outside, you see a lot of worms outside. They're all just like fermenting their seeds
I wish I
to
could
make
relate
beer
to this, but I do not go outside when it rains.
It's hard. What's going
after
on?
it rains.
Yeah, I still won't go outside.
I feel that. We're gonna switch.
Going else fishing after it rains is the best time to fish.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that because you have a lot of worms that you can use as bait?
No, it's because the fish are all riled up.
Interesting. Is that what the rain does to them?
I mean, it's
But it's only
massive, the water
surface. Yeah,
surface.
they can just go deep and then not feel the rain at all.
No, they're riled up because there's more food available for them because of the rain.
More bacteria and such, you know?
So wait, so should we
So
go
go
fishing?
like
Think about it.
Should we go fishing during the rain or after the rain?
After.
Why not during?
Because they'll be distracted by other food.
Aren't they as distracted by other food after the rain? I guess not as distracted.
No, exactly. Not as distracted, but, you know, they'll be more distracted.
But
because
they're just
a lot
as
of
riled
noise.
up. As a matter of fact, they're more riled up during the rain. What did they be?
And there's a lot of marks where, like, a whole bunch of people, like, the surface tension is crazy at the moment. They won't be able to find your bait as easily as
There you
just
go,
still
Lewis.
water.
That's the thing about fishing is you have to find a car to actually fit your fishing rod in. You know, like I used to have a Mazda Miata. It was a little difficult to put a fishing rod.
What do you guys get out of fishing? Because I've never really done fishing well, but
It's relaxing.
Tranquility.
It's a challenge.
it's a challenge.
Yeah.
How's it like?
You gotta,
Do you get
like,
skill
catch fish.
for it?
It's
fishing?
tough. You gotta
get
stand
skillful at
still
fishing,
for a
you-
while.
You learn different skills.
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's not as
if
easy as
there's
just casting.
depending on the time that you're fishing, or the time of the day you're fishing, you're gonna want to use different bait. Depending on the type of fish you're going after, you want to use different bait. Like it's like you have to like figure out what the perfect bait to use in the scenario that you're currently
You gotta
fishing.
strategize.
And you can find out which is the hardest difficulty, you know? Yeah, you can put out the hardest difficulty to prove yourself as a man. Because you don't eat the fish, you only fish. Eating the fish is not manly.
What do you mean that's not manly? That's actually pretty manly. Think about it. Like, what if you're stuck in the woods?
You teach a man to fish, and you eat for life. Louis, come on, everybody knows this.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I
stop
was
giving
joking
people
around.
fish, Louis. You only keep feeding people for a day.
True. It's because I was just referencing a show called
Louis, you fish on
Parks and
Breath of the
Recs.
Wild, don't you?
Breath.
Don't you fish on Breath of the Wild?
No, you don't. You just swim and then you
Oh,
just
you
catch
catch.
the
Yeah,
fish,
you like these. You like.
You
spear the
just
fish.
swim in
You
the
grab
Yo,
it.
that's the
Yeah,
most
it's
like
weird.
That's the real
manly
challenge.
Yeah, that's the hardcore way.
Just go and catch the fish.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, if you're Link, I think that's much easier.
You mean
if you're
long.
Link. Easy.
See, that's the thing about
Zelda.
that's the thing about video games is that they put you in a whole world of your own. So like, if you want to feel like you have schizophrenia, just play Breath of the Wild.
That doesn't make sense.
Actually, though, there is a game. It's called Hellblade.
I've heard of
Senua's Sacrifice, and it's like literally was created by a bunch of like psychiatrists and stuff, and they got like people with real schizophrenia and depression, anxiety, and they like got all those people to share their experiences, and they morphed it into the game.
What?
So like the whole game, you like hear voices, and like it's a whole story about battling her inner depression and whatnot. It's crazy, and it's all in like Viking time, so it's
What
like
game is that
Norseman
called?
mythology.
Hellblade.
Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Interesting.
Did you ever hear that Abraham Lincoln was extremely depressed?
Really?
I never
I'm not surprised. Every time I looked at him, he looked extremely
Yeah.
depressed in pictures and stuff.
Yeah, but it's
portraits. I mean.
and yeah, so he suffered from depression, and at a point in time he had an affair, like so he cheated on his wife, and his close friends, even his wife at the time, they were super scared he was going to kill himself. He had how depressed he got, and he was just constantly talking about himself. Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty
crazy.
surprising. He freed the slaves.
Yeah, but I think he died like before like anything really.
Yeah, he died. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he died before like he saw a real change.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
John
wild.
Wilkes Booth took care of that for him.
FDR died before the war ended too. So
Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
yeah, sucks, bro.
That's true. They don't get to see the fruits of their labor. Like,
Yeah.
They work so hard to like.
Yeah, and
win
then they
the war.
just die.
It's the irony of it. But that's what makes it beautiful.
JFK too.
Yeah. Bro,
It's like
but
he's the reincarnation of Abraham Lincoln.
I heard this super cool story though of like FDR. It was like in a documentary. It's just like he was visiting like soldiers from the war that were injured, and a lot of them like lost legs, lost arms, and most of the time FDR was very careful. Like he didn't like anyone to like put him in the newspaper when he was on the wheelchair,
Right.
and he had like some sort of like.
He had a brace.
Yeah, he had a brace. Yeah, and that would help him like stand up.
Yeah.
But
I got Napoleon.
he purposefully said like, "This time I want you to roll me down, like all the soldiers,
yeah.
so they can see that like someone like you know."
Yeah, I heard about that story a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's true leadership, man.
Oh, sure.
It's like real
sure.
leadership. Like the fact that he even considered that, he's like, "No, roll me down. I want them to see that they can reach the top, even if they're disabled."
Exactly.
But he never went to do with
Handicap.
that.
Huh?
But you said he didn't do that?
No, he wouldn't do that on a regular basis.
No, but he did it for the troops.
He did it for the
But he
troops.
did it. Okay, he did it at one point.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I'm trying to make the display stay on the whole time. That way, I don't have to worry about the display turning off and the recording stopping.
His and Eleanor Roosevelt's relationship was crazy too.
Sad though. Really?
Yeah, and they're saying now that she might have been a lesbian. Yeah.
Really? So he was her beard.
He was her beard? What?
Yeah, he was her beard. You know, like that term, like
You heard that term?
if you have
No.
a beard, it's like you're a man who's gay, but you have a girlfriend to cover the fact,
Oh.
cover up the fact that you're gay. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's nice.
Good question.
That's the thing about war, is that it brings people together.
And against each other.
You see? Wherever there's a gathering, there's an anti-gathering.
There's always opposites, no matter where you go.
You see, Lewis, that's a good life lesson you just taught me.
That's how you knew this.
You saw
I
I
suppose.
mean, I've said it before. I'm sure there's no greater like sense of camaraderie than right after World War II, and like right after like the U.S. kicked ass and like everybody like the troops came back home. Like I'm sure like that was a fucking amazing time to be in.
Yeah, that's why we had baby boomers. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it. Literally where it came from.
yeah,
They went insane, dude.
yeah, they fucked everybody, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Literally didn't care. It was like, alright, here we go. It was definitely an interesting time. And going back to like
Terrible sunny gummies. Sour
how
gummies.
like
Sunny gummies.
Sunny gummies.
the grand
Sour
guy
gum.
was very alcoholic. Wasn't there like a whole alcohol ban on the United States?
No, not during that time.
Mm.
Like you're talking about alcohol
Yeah, the
prohibition.
prohibition that was in the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Guys, I
1998 or something.
don't know, like,
1918
my
or
past,
something.
Oh well, the alcohol prohibition. Yeah, that was in like the 1920s.
Yeah.
Mm.
It only lasted like what, 3, 4, 10 years? Something?
Yeah, because the mafia like totally took advantage of that. I
Oh,
mean, they
huge
got
advantage.
so rich because of the alcohol
Yeah.
prohibition. There's some of them were for it. Like they were like passing laws. Like they were helping pass the laws to like prohibit it so they can make even more money.
Did you see that? At the time, there was like a secret thing going around, like for the U.S. government was, so it was some branch of law enforcement at the time was poisoning their industrial alcohol they used to like clean and stuff, because people were like making it into like drinkable alcohol.
Yeah.
So they're poisoning the industrial alcohol so that if somebody like later on they made it into regular alcohol to drink, they would die. And their like the government was okay with it because their train of thought was, oh, they're criminals because they're making us alcohol and drinking it. So if they die, whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Jesus.
must have died from that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, alcohol is the most deadly drug.
Mhm.
Like if we go by deaths,
That's
not by
true.
power.
Because it's like, because it's like the one that's most widely used, therefore it's going to be the most widely abused.
It's most. I don't even know if widely used. I think it's more of like the most socially acceptable drug.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the time people say alcohol and drugs. Like they don't even
Yeah.
mark it as a drug.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though it is.
Because of how big it is, it's basically its own thing.
I mean, Jesus made water into wine. Like, come on.
He's into drugs, just like Jesus rose on the third day.
Talking about that, I don't want people say that Christianity is the ideology that's killed like the most people.
I don't think that's true.
It's not true at all, but people say that.
Okay.
Which is the one
It's
that
not.
has.
Socialism.
Hmm.
If you look at the numbers, I mean, look at
No.
Russia alone, look at Stalin alone. Like,
Yeah, but those
communism.
are, I don't know, because that's not socialism, it's communism.
It goes hand in hand, bro.
It goes hand in hand, but it's like, that's strict communism.
Yeah,
like, but like you have like, I don't know, I'm not going to say that, like, I don't think socialism is the ideology. I think it was more communism. Because they are different things.
but like you can't have like you at a certain point you can't have one without the other, like without the other, like they intertwine too much.
Like you're saying communism is socialism, but socialism isn't necessarily communism.
No, they're both they both like
Yeah, they're both
they're both similar enough that I don't think there's a big
they're
enough
like
difference.
threaded needles.
No, because like I don't know, communism has a lot of aspects like the dictator of the proletariat, right? The socialism doesn't necessarily have to abide by that. Like it can be a democratic socialism, and that wouldn't cause that many deaths.
But it's been proven that like it's not possible to run socialism on a democratic platform. A dictator always comes up because humans are greedy.
No, socialism has existed in several countries without dictators.
Name one.
I don't know if you want to mark Sweden as necessarily socialist, but they have social. I mean, that's the thing.
Programs.
They're not full-blown socialists, but they have socialist programs.
Venezuela and Cuba. Both their presidents were voted in as
Socialist candidates. Yeah.
Democratic socialism became dictators.
Well, I don't know about Castro. I think Castro was always communist. I'm pretty sure he was. He wasn't a socialist.
Yeah, but
he is a communist, actually.
Yeah, but Chavez wasn't.
No, Chavez was a socialist. He was elected as a socialist, and then he became a dictator.
Yeah, so this like the philosophy of human greed. There's always going to be somebody that wants all the power, and it's just not like when you see all the power that's being given away.
Yeah, but like I don't know, because like for example, let's say Bernie Sanders got voted in. I wouldn't fear that Bernie Sanders would become a dictator.
Of course not, because we have checks and balances.
That's what I mean. Then it is possible to have a socialist country without a dictator.
We would never be fully socialist. Like it wouldn't happen.
Why not?
It's just not possible.
I mean, what do you mean by let's define fully socialist.
Fully socialist. You don't have to work. You can live by not working.
That's not socialism though. At socialism, you still work. It's just you pay your
you still work, but you don't have
taxes.
You still work, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you're not like you still want to. I mean, at least it depends on what kind of the class you're in. Like what class you're in. Like if you're stuck at the bottom and you don't want to move and you're dealing with a bunch of issues in an inner city, you're probably you could end up not working. But like for other high classes, they're gonna want to keep working. They're gonna want more than just what the government gives them.
But they don't get to keep it.
Not all of it.
The higher the class you are, the more money gets taken away from you. So what's the point of working hard?
I don't know, and I mean, like, there's like, because I would think the same way, but then during Eisenhower's administration, for example, the income tax was like 80%.
Yeah.
And people didn't stop working. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. In theory, it does work out like that. In theory, there is I remember it was a Laffer's curve in economics, like, that shows that, eventually, like, if you tax 100%, like, people are just gonna dip. You know,
exactly. Because why would you? Like,
why would you? Exactly. But we don't really know the point into where people stop working. It's not that simple. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's the same thing with the minimum wage. Like, which we can talk about too. Like, I don't know, like, minimum wage, like, I've read a lot of papers on it. Like, there's this famous paper that said that, like, a raise in minimum wage, I mean, and this is the important part, it was a small fucking raise. It wasn't a huge raise like they're advertising now. They want to go from $8 to like $15.
If I read the same paper as you, I think it was like an 80-cent raise or something like that.
Yeah, it was like we're talking like $1.
Yeah,
and that's a lot.
Right.
So like,
on scale, that's a lot.
Yeah. So like, it was like an increase in the minimum wage by $1, and basically the results were that it actually helped out with employment. It actually like boosted up employment, and it goes against theory because theory says that it'll actually result in more unemployment because the people, the businesses won't be able to pay a higher amount, or the cost of inflation will go up too. It actually happened that employment went up. The thing is, like, another person did a same paper. He reviewed that research, and it came out as being like sloppy. Like, there were some certain aspects that they did wrong. So, and then when they did their own paper, they're like, it does cause unemployment. So really, there is no clear, like, we don't really know, what the hell would happen if you went from $8 to $15.
You don't know.
But theory would tell you that it would result in massive unemployment.
Theory, but small scale execution tells you what would happen. Because look what happened in San Francisco. Look what happened in UC Berkeley.
What did happen?
The minimum wage got increased to $15, and unemployment skyrocketed because they got rid of all the fast food workers and they put up machines that they could order through. So like in small scales, you see it happening. It's just, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because
But
I
I don't
don't know
know.
what the goal is behind that. Like what they're trying to do is put more money into the economy.
Who is trying to put more?
Well, I
money
guess the
into-
people that are raising minimum wage being the government.
No, their argument is that the workers are being exploited.
Yeah, it's not for putting money into the government,
Oh,
into the
yeah.
economy. It's about having
It's
a
more
living
about-
wage. Is
Oh,
what
so
they
it's
call
more
it.
about
Exactly.
humane
Yeah.
reasons.
And
Yeah.
there's hopefully there was research done also that people
Sorry.
that work like so people that I guess that you could call middle lower class, they're the ones that actually put the most money back into the economy. I don't know, have you read that before?
Middle class?
Yeah, like middle class, like low middle class or like middle class, yeah.
That doesn't
Like, that's like
surprise me at all. I mean, I've always been known as being like the driving force of the economy.
Right, yeah.
Isn't that where like the most volume of people are too? Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, of course, definitely.
So like that, like net
So, yeah, that's
makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's where the most
The
people
middle
are.
is the biggest.
The 1%ers?
No, just
Oh,
I forgot I can't like shift out too much.
Oh yeah, you probably weren't even on screen.
Oh my god,
Oops.
that's right.
Um,
I didn't realize that.
There's heard a voice from a distance.
Plus, like all the middle, lower class people, like they're probably the ones that are like doing the jobs that like kind of drive America, such as like truck drivers, or like school teachers, things like that, like that we like need. So it makes sense that they're kind of like the driving force behind that. At least from my point of view, from my very uneducated point of view.
What do you guys think of the law that's being passed here in Florida that they're gonna allow teachers to become licensed to carry weapons?
It's interesting. I mean, what changes now?
Like, is this going to be an option? Is that what the thing is?
I have so many questions because I read the complete legislation,
Mm-hmm.
and there is no talk about who's paying for the training. So the thing is, it's not like the teacher can be like, "Oh, I want to do this," and then that's it. They can carry it to school.
Yeah, they need to learn.
They
You probably have to take like a special course. Like, it's not
no, yeah.
just
So
a-
they have to have 150 hours of training from law enforcement. Where that time goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so so if you want to, if you want to be a teacher if you're a teacher and you want to be considered to being able to carry a weapon in the classroom, you have to go through 150 hours of law enforcement training, of how to handle firearms, and you need to go through a psych eval. So it's not like anybody can just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So the only questions that I have is that in the legislation that's being passed, there's no mention on who is paying for this training, because the public school system doesn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the teachers that are going to do it? Because if it's the teachers, there's no incentive to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I think it's a great idea, but I don't know where the money's going to come from for the training. So once they figure that out, we'll see.
I don't even know. I think it's so experimental. I don't know what the result would come out to be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't see it getting any worse than it currently is, than the situation currently is.
Yeah.
So,
In
why
terms
not?
of what?
What do you guys think about like people with mental illness like owning weapons? Like they shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't.
They
They
should
don't
be
have
able
right
They
to.
mind.
shouldn't be able to, and you can't.
But, like,
shouldn't be like.
What do you mean like I'm not talking about schizophrenics. I'm talking about people who are depressed.
Right. So my theory, and it's what's technically the law now, but it's not being maintained very well.
Enforced.
If you have ever been Baker Acted, you shouldn't be able to get a.
Far.
You shouldn't be able to get a firearm.
Like just once in your life and you're fucked.
Because there's enough, like, I don't know if it's once in your life. I would have to see the research on how well people turn out after being Baker Acted. But once you're Baker Acted, it's like people are legit scared for your well-being. So I don't think you should own a firearm.
I think I was Baker acted once, like voluntarily.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can do that. Yeah, I mean, I've been institutionalized,
Mhm.
but like I did it myself. Like I just, well, not really. Like I was in the hospital. I said I was depressed, and then they sent me down to.
Yeah, you got Baker Acted,
Yeah, I got Baker
and
acted.
technically because of that, you can never work for a law enforcement agency.
It's a
Because
technicality, bro.
What?
It's a technicality, isn't it?
what's the technicality?
Well, I mean, Actually, never mind. I guess I'm just being.
No, yeah, it's like one of the requirements. Like you can never have been Baker acted.
Yeah.
And because you go through a huge psyche eval as well when you try to go into law
I
enforcement.
mean, but what if, like, I don't know, man, because it's kind of bullshit, because, I was, like, 18, 19? So, like...
That's why I said I don't know how I feel about the research to see how, like, do these people get better? Like, I don't know enough about it. But
I mean, I don't know, because, like, I hated my experience there.
Right.
I fucking hated it. It sucked, dude. I mean, they treated me like shit. They treated me, like, I was walking around the hallways because I was so fucking bored. And they were like, go back to your room. And I was like, why? Like, why do I have to go to my room? Like, you know, like, I don't know. They just treat you like you're an animal.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really talk to you. Like, they send in the doctor, thank God. That's when he saw I was, like, rational and cooperative. And then he just sent me home. And I was like, yeah, because I don't want to spend another minute here. It made me more suicidal being in that place.
that's what I'm saying.
So, I don't know. I think we should really fix that up.
No, of course. Yeah, but like, there definitely needs to be a huge reform for mental health. But
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah, I mean, it's a big talk nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I think the conversation is starting to be a lot more fluid and free than it used to be, which is a good thing, at least. But it's important too. Like, I saw something the other day. I think it was like an ad on like New York. It was like in Broadway or whatever, where you have all those big signs that said like mental health equals health. You know, like it's beyond just like having physical health. Like you also got to be right up here. Because if not, you know,
Exactly.
what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
you can be an athlete, but you know,
End up killing
you
yourself.
can't, if you can't wake up in the morning feeling happy, like it's a little fucked.
Exactly. It's very true.
Yeah, I don't know enough about human psychology to talk on that topic.
That's what's
Only with my
interesting.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
If she was here, she could help us out. She could finesse us all. It's like, you're all idiots.
You're all retards.
I took AP psychology in high school. That was fun.
It doesn't count anymore. You're drop out.
Yeah, you dropped out, so
Everything I learned is like cancelled out. I have no value. But yeah, I learned a lot about like the biology of the brain and stuff. But that's the part I didn't like. What I like is like learning the parts of like the more fluid parts. Like
I just study like in high school. We just did it was ACE psychology, so it's like a Cambridge program. But
better than you.
no, fuck that. I thought AP psychology was better.
and then Cambridge.
But anyways, like all we did was look at a bunch of psychological studies. So like we just did like it was like mostly research. Like all I did was like read a bunch of studies, memorize them, and like write about them. But it was cool stuff.
The prison experiment was cool.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It came out to be fake. Did you hear about that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Stanford experiment. It was this experiment that showed that, like, in prison, like, the guards are, like, gonna become pathological. They made a fake prison.
Right. Yeah, you know, I think we all know what it is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
just to explain to the viewers in case they don't. But, like, it was a fake prison. It was done by Stanford, I think.
No, it was done by, well...
It was done by a Stanford professor.
Yeah. Dr. Zimbabwe.
It was done by a Stanford professor, not technically Stanford.
Dr. Zimbardo.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. But, yeah, they made a fake prison. They had, like, fake guards and people to play as, like, the prisoners. And, they just, like, you know, took down notes on how they felt after some weeks. But they had them there for, like, I think at least 2 weeks or a week and a half.
It was going to be 2 weeks,
But
but
then
then
they
it
cut it
just being
short.
a week because...
Because this shit hit the fan.
Yeah, apparently shit hit the fan, and like one guy had a breakdown, so they had to send him home. The guards were very pathological. They loved their work. They like wanted to go in more, and it just proved that prison's like a terrible environment. But turns out it was all fake. Like they paid the guards to act more violent. They paid the guy to have the mental breakdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just all facade. It was complete and utterly fake.
Where did this come from? Like,
it was recent, like a year ago, like that, and it came out in the news, like that.
I know it wasn't like a
resulted in
true experiment because before the guards went in, Zimbardo was telling the guards like kind of what they had to do, being like be violent and be a dick,
Exactly,
and like actually like tear them up into pieces. So like him telling him that kind of like took out it added a bias to the victims.
Of course, a
essentially.
big
So,
bias.
Like, so I think that
You don't
kind
know
of
how the guards
excludes
would have acted on their own.
it. Exactly. So
Which is the whole point of the experiment.
They kind of I think he was like looking for results.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's definitely, and man, I mean, he got it because that's a famous study, and he probably got a bunch of money.
Well, made his career.
But years later,
Yeah.
it came back.
Low key.
But what's he gonna do now? Like,
I don't know.
all it is just
Should be
now
arrested is what he should
Yeah.
be like.
Arrested. Wait, how come though? Like, what did he do
That's
wrong?
fraud.
Because that is fraud.
It's a fraud
Just think about like it's such a famous study that had huge influence. Like that could have caused a bunch of reform that we don't even know about, and like all that would have been false. Like it would have been false information to go by.
I get you. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Plus the way he treated the students was also like that's an inhumane experience in itself.
Yeah. Even if the experiment was all real, it was pretty unethical, I think.
Yeah.
But wasn't this before like they passed laws about ethnical like?
Yeah, I think it was before maybe.
Ethnic groups.
Yeah, before they passed laws on ethnic groups.
Let's talk about ethnic groups. Mexicans like tacos, but they like spicy tacos. I actually had a spicy taco the other day. It was pretty good. It was pretty spicy. I felt a lot of spice in my mouth, and
We just went
That was
from
okay.
like 20 minutes straight up intellectual conversation to your retardedness.
it was a smooth transition though.
No.
Actually, Francisco, like I learned about like Mexican food through him, and like real authentic Mexican
Yeah.
food.
Oh,
'Cause they have a lot of interesting foods. Like
Mole.
I forgot
he's Mexican.
mole is like chocolate
Chocolate with
with meat
Yeah.
meat sauce. That was interesting. I liked it though. Like it's an acquired taste, but
I
once
think I
you
tried
like
it once and I
it's like,
didn't
really
like it.
good.
I like it, yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And they eat like their tortillas are like bread basically. Like they have it with a side of like whatever. Like they'll always have a side of like tortillas.
Yes. They literally can be eating like chicken and rice and beans and they'll have a tortilla on the side.
Exactly. Just like bread.
That's kind of cool because you can make like a little mini burrito
Yeah.
on your own.
Burritos aren't Mexican though. They're
No.
They're
They're Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
I didn't know it was Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there are things that are actually Tex-Mex.
Yeah, there are.
Burritos.
Burritos are
It's like
Tex-Mex.
a combination.
Burritos or tacos?
It's very cool.
Burritos or tacos?
Burritos or tacos? I say tacos. I like tacos a lot
Tacos.
because like it's free.
Tacos.
I'm
You know,
It's free?
like you can the taco. You
I
have
was like,
the
where are you
taco-
going?
You have the taco itself, but you can add more to it. The burrito, it's more concealed, so you have to do more extra work to open it up to add more stuff in.
I like burritos more just because I feel like tacos are always a fucking mess.
They are
It's
a
really
mess,
hard
yeah.
to eat them without making a mess. Like without it just falling all over the place. Those last couple bites, it's just always all over the
That's
place.
why you always have another taco underneath, ready to pick it up.
I guess, but
But you know, yeah, I agree. It's
Oh,
still
yo,
messy.
Luki,
I like
that's
tacos.
not a bad idea. Like, you, instead of having a regular plate, you make your plate a big tortilla, and you eat your tacos on top of that tortilla. Everything that falls, you roll it up into another mini burrito, and then you have like sides.
a mini burrito.
So you have a
giant tortilla.
burrito. You have a burrito with tacos on top. You eat the taco, and then the stuff from the thing falls on the burrito, and then you just wrap it up.
And then you get more.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. That's not a bad idea for like.
Okay, but is it a mini burrito or is it a giant tortilla?
Tortilla.
I think be a burrito, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how much falls off and how much you have in your taco. Like, you have to. Essentially, you would have to overstuff your tacos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of having 3 tacos, just have 2 overstuffed tacos. Everything will fall out. You won't have anything from the tacos. You're literally just gonna eat taco shells.
Or I can just
and
eat
you
the
have a
burrito.
Yeah, well then you don't have that versatility of like contrasting the taco to the burrito and
No.
vice
Even
versa.
like when we have the when I have the option of like hard tacos or soft tacos, I always go soft tacos.
Why?
Me too.
Because I don't know, I
Yeah,
just like
that's a mess.
tortillas better than like shells.
They're also less of a mess.
They are less of a mess.
Yeah,
They
that's
don't, you
true.
don't bite into it and they don't crack. They
Exactly.
just explode,
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't crack into million pieces.
I don't know, but
exactly.
there's something about hard shell tacos that like. I
No,
don't know, you
which
can't
type
get
of
anymore.
hard shell tacos though? There's the flat ones, and then there's a flat one with the sides, and then there's the curvy
Okay, no, the
ones.
flat
Oh,
ones,
I
those
see.
are tostadas. Those aren't tacos.
Yeah, those are tostadas.
Ah, okay.
Then you have those tacos that have like
The flat
the
bottom.
flat bottom where they can stand up, which are cool. But
Yeah.
those, I almost always cut myself when I bite into them. And then the regular tacos.
Yeah, just like a curve.
Bro, I wanted to talk. So
Sorry.
yeah, up in Gainesville, I was like, it was right before my birthday. I don't know if I told you this
Happy
story. Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
Super belated, but it's fine.
So you drank too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
I drank a lot, and then but the funny part was the next day. Like, did I tell you about the next day?
Maybe.
All right. Well, I'll just tell them the story. So I drank a lot.
Don't tell them. Tell our viewers the story.
Don't tell
Alright,
the viewers, tell
you're
us.
right.
We want to know, not the viewers.
So I drank a lot. Ended up passing out somewhere in the street. An ambulance found me, or somebody called an ambulance. I don't know.
Shit, at what time? Like at night? This
Is like 3 a.m.
Damn.
I was at a club, and then somehow I blacked out, so I don't remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just woke up in an ambulance, and I was like, shit. And I was there trying to debate, like, do you have to take me to the hospital? And I was drunk, but I hate hospitals, so I was like, do you have to take me to the hospital? And they're like, yeah, we do. And I was like, ah. And then I got to the hospital and stuff, and I called my roommate, like, all messed up, like, fuck these guys, yo, like, fuck, like, and the nurse is, like, right there, and I'm like, I hate hospitals, like, and, like, I was like, nah, screw it, pick me up, bro, let's, like, get me out of here. And then he's, like, going there, and he's talking to the nurse. He didn't even know I was already in an emergency room or whatever. Like, he thought I was just, like, at the hospital. Yeah, but no, I was, like, straight up being, like with an IV in my fucking arm and stuff. But, yeah, no, he, like, talks to the nurse, and the nurse is like, he can't go or we'll call the police on him. And even after that, I was like, fuck it, they won't catch me. I'll escape. But, like, whatever, man. Eventually, I got out of the hospital, went home, and whatever. The next day, or a day after that, I go out drinking again.
Naturally.
Yeah, naturally. And,
did you say this is back in Gainesville or
yeah, this is
okay.
Gainesville.
Oh, okay.
Gainesville. Yeah, so I finally, like, everything was fine this time. I just drank a lot. And then I Ubered home. And I like to listen to music in my car sometimes, especially when I'm messed up. So, like, I went to my car, I put music on, and I just lied down there and I knocked out. And then I woke up. And I swear to you, bro. I look to my left, it's a fucking ambulance. With a guy coming outside, and he's like knocking on my window, and I'm like, fuck. And then he's like, oh, you alright? And I was like, yeah. And he's like talking to me about a bunch of stuff, and then he's just like, go home, dude. And I was like, alright. And I went home. Went home, dude. I got into my bed, and I was like, not tonight.
You're so lucky that it was an ambulance and not a cop.
Yeah, I know.
Because no bullshit, you could have gotten a DUI.
Yeah,
but I didn't have any open containers.
It doesn't matter.
I wasn't driving.
You were drunk. If
you had the keys,
in the ignition,
you have the keys, yeah.
The keys, if the car's on, not if the car, sorry, the car doesn't have to be on.
The keys could just be on you.
The keys could be inside the car, and you can get a DUI.
Well,
you didn't.
I didn't.
So, I mean, maybe it wasn't parked in your driveway, you said?
Huh?
It was parked in your driveway?
Yeah, it was parked in, like, my neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It has to be a real.
I don't even know how, like, the fucking ambulance got to me, like.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, bro, what's up with the ambulances?
I guess someone must have been walking around and saw you in the car.
And they called 911.
That honestly is the most
It has to be a
viable.
real asshole cop, but yeah, they can give you a DUI just for being in your car and you're drunk.
Yeah.
That's why I have a Miata. That way I can never get in my car drunk.
You don't have a Miata.
Well, yeah, I don't have a Miata.
Exactly. So
You keep mentioning your Miata in this episode.
No,
You
well, I
said
said
you don't have a car.
No, I said I used to have a Miata at the beginning of the episode. Y'all can fact check that right now. Go back.
We're still pissed off.
Okay, but you just said that's why I have a Miata.
We're still
Yeah,
pissed
no,
off.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Asshole.
I mean that in like the future sense, as in like 2 years from now when I actually have a Miata.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, my ass. I doubt it.
Good job.
Fuck. Your doubters all over the place, including me.
Climate change deniers.
Climate change.
Nice.
Global warming is not a thing.
Look, how can it be global warming if I felt cold yesterday?
Dude, you're so. It's all formulated by Trump. He's just the one telling us this shit.
I'm pissed.
It's all bullshit.
I'm pissed, dog.
Yo, on the real, we do
Cars?
kind of have to like save our planet though, like
No,
low key. Like low key. Think about our grandchildren. Like we're gonna
Our
be
grandchildren, bro. It's gonna be like my great grandchildren.
I don't know, man. It's just going pretty rapidly.
There's no proof of that.
I mean, there's just proof
Good.
recently.
It
It just came out, didn't they say? Like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't read the fucking article.
We could
It's
just
just
be in an
headlines.
ice age cycle.
There's no. The Earth has been getting hot since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but it's not about like it getting hot. It's about the rapid
Yeah,
rate
the
that it's
progression
getting
at which
hot.
it
That's
is.
what I'm saying. It's not getting.
But that is different. it is becoming like it is definitely getting a lot hotter,
but
faster than it used to.
In the past, it got hotter before too, and then it gets under the ice age, and then the Earth resets itself.
I don't know, man.
There's
Most scientists will tell you that we are heading to a rapid rate.
with no proof of it.
But the thing is, but you can kind of see it.
All the scientists are on this board. Like,
Plus,
I haven't seen a scientist tell me otherwise.
If you're affecting the
like-
oceans and the reefs and everything the
No,
way that
so
we are,
what the proof is, like, yeah, the Earth is getting hotter, but like, what I'm saying is there's no proof of is that there's anything we can do. One, and two, there's no proof of that we have anything to do with it in the beginning.
I mean, yeah, they'll say it's CO2.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. We emit a lot of CO2. And you can see the places like China where like pollution
Yeah, but
from the air.
they
like,
haven't been able
that's
to.
human made, man.
No, bro. Like they have the research. All the research that they have there is showing yes, the Earth is getting hotter or whatever, but they have no research that like proves that it's getting hotter because of man-made emissions. Because it's been getting hotter since the beginning of time, and it's been rapidly getting hotter ever since. There's like correlation doesn't mean causation. Just because it's getting hotter as there's more humans doesn't necessarily mean that it's getting hotter because there's more humans. It could just be the Earth. That's what I'm saying. That they have that there's no proof of that. And honestly, fuck, it's not my problem. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna be long dead.
How would the Earth like do the reset with the ice age? Because like it gets hot, but wouldn't the ice melt? Or am I retarded?
No, I was just laughing because everything you whip. Repeat the question. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, like, how does the ice age work? Whereas to where like the whole Earth is like covered in ice.
notice
because
how he tried to avoid saying it with.
What?
The ice.
He knows it's true as fuck.
Okay. So Earth gets hot.
Calm it down for me, Lewis.
Earth hot.
Earth hot.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. Okay.
Ice warm. Ice melts. How does the ice come down? Like freeze over everything? Like
we don't know.
Yeah,
but there's been multiple ice ages in the past.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just something that happens. Like we don't fucking know why.
Okay.
We still have no clue what causes the ice ages to begin with.
Okay.
It just happens.
It's the mammoths.
I was just curious as to how we knew, but I guess we don't know.
No, we don't. Yeah, we don't.
I guess we're gonna find out soon. That's for sure. Maybe because the Earth is getting really hot.
I mean, soon,
Yo, what's up with Bill Nye, the science guy, bro?
Fuck Bill Nye, bro.
Yeah,
he's such
crazy.
a sellout now.
He's so overrated.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I mean, he blew up because he said that what is it? The gender thing. He literally said it in his episode that gender's a human construct, and sex is a scientific one. Or
no, but like my biggest issue with him, like in general, is that this is somebody that like we fucking like, especially when we were younger. Like, he taught us science. Like, we fucking would watch him, like, on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
With what fucking, like, what credibility? The dude has a master's in quantum mechanics. What the fuck can he talk about, like, anything else? Like, I mean, like, it's not, like, he doesn't have a degree in, like, the shit that he talks about. I don't know. It's just weird. He's not like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about astrophysics because he can. He has a degree, he has a master's in quantum mechanics, and he's talking about...
Well, that's how I feel about people like Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins is a biologist. And he wants to do philosophy so bad. But if you look at real philosophers, they'll slaughter Richard Dawkins.
1,000%.
Like, Richard Dawkins does not know shit.
Yeah. Credibility, like, when you're on the main stage like that, credibility is the most important thing. Some people don't have it, and we still listen to them. It's weird. Strange times. Especially when we're getting to the times that we're in now, that anybody can talk about anything and it can go viral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what fucking worries me.
I want to go viral, though.
What?
I want to go viral though. Let's go viral, bro.
Let's go. We gotta say some racy shit.
Some racy shit. We
I
already
believe
have.
that.
Look, bro. Like right now, gender is not a social construct.
I'm sure I'm being flagged with the fucking climate change.
Yeah, yeah. The climate change, you already got flagged.
Yeah.
Now we're just like getting the SWAT teams on their way.
Yeah, it's not the point I was making, but yeah.
3 minutes, by the way.
Tree.
30. If you order Chick-fil-A fries well done, shit's crunchy.
Yeah, we didn't have them, so you wouldn't know.
You did though.
Yeah.
And I actually had some right now. You had a few crumbs in there. I ate
That
them.
was like the bottom of the thing that they're always crunchy because they're always like.
Yo,
That was
bro.
pretty good.
It's crazy. I thought about this. Like, back then, like, I had a friend who was telling me, like, he got caught, like, smoking weed in school. Well, he almost got caught because he had, like, it's like a vape, but for, like with the cart. Like, you know, like, for people who don't smoke weed. It's just, like, it's like a vape, but you put in the weed and it's, like, condensed into a liquid.
You put in the leaf.
Yeah, you put in the leaf, of course. That's how it works.
That's how it works,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a leaf, too. It's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
100%.
The
whatever.
the minerals.
Yeah, so back then, like, if you get caught with that, they automatically know it's, like, weed, and they call the cops on you, and it's a whole, like, shebang, you get expelled. Bro, nowadays, if a kid gets caught with a vape, he can easily say it's a Juul.
Yeah.
And that's his alibi. Like, oh, it's nicotine.
Yeah.
And maybe not get expelled.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's nuts, because, like, not only is nicotine still a drug, and it shouldn't be, like, in minors' hands, but, like, especially because their brain chemistry is going to get fucked.
Yeah, it's fucking.
But, dude, like, it's gotten that popular now in high schools?
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
normalized.
We've got a bunch of young nicotine addicts running around.
Like,
And
it
I'm
definitely should
a
not be
young
allowed.
nicotine addict too, but I'm not that young either
No, yeah, high school. It's huge
Anymore.
in high school.
anymore.
I mean, you didn't fucking hear about what Jules doing? Like one of the things that the FDA is making them do, is because you know how like the FDA is trying to like prove that they're marketing to teens. So that's like what the whole dilemma is. So
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're doing that.
So one of the things that the FDA is forcing, so they're supposedly they're not forcing them, but it's pretty clear that they are because there's no other reason that Juul will do it. They're having secret shoppers go into like smoke shops and buy Juuls in bulk because you're not supposed to sell them in bulk so that they don't get resold to minors.
Wait, repeat it again? I zoned out.
So
Thanks, bro.
Juul is sending in secret shoppers to smoke shops to buy Juuls in bulk. Because the smoke shops aren't supposed to sell them in bulk because you're supposed to ID everybody that you sell them to. So you're not supposed to sell them in bulk. Because that it's pretty clear if you buy like what the fuck are you gonna do with 10 Juuls, like Juul things, you get me?
Right.
You don't need that.
Yeah.
You need one. That's literally it. So if somebody buys in bulk, it's pretty obvious they're gonna resell. So you're not supposed to sell them in bulk. So they're sending in people to do that too, and then if they get caught selling it to them, then they get in like a huge and the store gets in a huge amount of trouble.
Have
Oh
you
my
gotten
God.
results from that? A lot of results?
Yeah, of course.
That's nuts. But okay, but what does that prove to Juul? Like, I mean, that just proves that like the smoke shops are selling them in bulk. But that doesn't. What does that have to do with Juul? Unless they're not enforcing it enough to the smoke shops they're selling
No, so
it to?
Juul is trying to do their part now.
Okay,
That's it.
I guess. And what? Okay.
So how about that Juul?
Yeah, so let's keep talking about this
What
Juul
about the
thing.
Juul?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing that Juul's doing. I mean, obviously, it's probably not like their full intent because they're only doing it because the FDA is forcing them to do it. But at least we're seeing moves being made
Yeah, because there's no
in contrast to kids vaping.
because there's no
Juuls.
proof that Juul is marketing to kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. That's all.
I don't even know what their marketing,
It's all
what their
legal.
marketing is like.
They don't market.
It's
They
legal
literally just,
technicalities.
yeah,
really.
exactly. They don't market. They literally just have mango flavors, and kids like
Exactly.
sweet. Literally, the theory is kids like sweet stuff. There's sweet flavor of Juuls, therefore they're marketing to kids.
Right.
Yeah, that's not very
Yeah.
cohesive.
They can't. That's a lot of strings you're putting there.
But that's what I mean. It's legal technicalities.
Yeah, exactly.
But
It's not even. They're not even getting in trouble for marketing to kids. Fucking, the FDA is trying to shut vapes down because big tobacco is a huge influence in the government. That's it. It's that easy.
Wait,
I don't know
what?
if it's that either though. Like, because it's also it could also cause cancer because nicotine by itself increases your chances of getting cancer.
Is
Now,
it
it's
actually
not
the
like
nicotine itself?
yeah, like there has been studies on nicotine itself, and like
Hmm.
it can increase your chance of getting cancer.
Okay.
100%.
So
The thing is, it won't directly cause cancer like tar will. Like tar will give you lung cancer
Yeah.
most of the time,
Okay.
unless you're really lucky.
Mhm.
But like nicotine will also increase your chances of getting cancer by a
so
significant amount.
from my understanding is all the research shows that nicotine will increase your blood pressure, which could in turn like give you heart problems. But as direct cancer, the only research that's ever come out that nicotine causes cancer is from the state of California. And according to the state of California, half the vapes that I have in my tackle box give cancer.
What the fuck?
If you look at the fucking things when you buy them, it's like known this product contains lead, whatever, which in the state of California is known to cause cancer.
Why is it with that California is always like on that
Just
shit?
fuck California.
Honestly, they're crazy.
Still want to go there.
We
Just
should
wanna
have.
see
No,
it.
of course I'll go there. We should have
I want to
fucking.
go to LA.
We should have let them.
What was it? Become their own independent state or
Yeah, but
whatever?
what's the fucking word for that?
Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Something with an S.
No, it's not
Gerrymandering.
Slaughter.
Segregate? No. Secede, right? Like secede.
Succeed.
Succession.
No.
Succeed.
So
Succeed.
okay. Why would we burn?
Whatever.
We should have fucking let them get the
Yeah.
fuck out, honestly.
Yeah.
That's okay. No worries.
Why don't you go to Arizona?
What do you think about anarcho-capitalism? Like, do you think that could ever work?
What capitalism?
Anarcho-capitalism is like,
Anarcho?
it's like anarchy, but with capitalism.
That doesn't make sense.
So everything is private owned. Like, you would have a private police force, you'd have a private army, you have private healthcare, private everything.
So everyone has their own thing.
What do you mean?
Like you say, like private, like.
So we
private
wouldn't
stuff.
pay any taxes?
Yeah, you wouldn't pay any taxes. There'd be no central authority. Like, there would still be a legal system, it's just complicated how that works, but like...
Because it would have to be like something
So,
of agreement with everyone.
Yes,
It,
Let me
I think
get
it's
my
very complicated.
it's
So,
very complicated. It could work. Not in a big country. One.
well,
I think there's way too many variables to go in.
I was reading some literature on anarchy, and basically most anarchists will say the only anarchy that's viable is, like, global anarchy.
Right. That's exactly it. That's sort of the theory behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, if not, you'll just be an anarchist state, and then somebody's just gonna come and invade you. Like, you know, because, like, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a private army, but...
So my thing with that is, anarcho-capitalism could work. There's very few, and you know me, like I'm like fucking, like, the government shouldn't have the hands in pretty much anything, except for a few things.
Such as?
And that's why I don't think anarcho-capitalism would work, because under that, like you said, the police department, the fire department would be private.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't feel like that's something you fucking should pay for.
But the thing is, like, you have private police force all the time in universities. Those are private.
Right. But it's a lot smaller than like
Of
a
course.
city.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know. Like, you can just have, like, you live in a neighborhood and everyone just buys, like, their own private
Like you
neighborhood
paid
force.
it. I don't know. It's weird to me.
It is weird. That's why I said it's so complicated. I can't really even grasp, like, a reality with it.
Yeah, and I feel like, honestly,
That's like a post-apocalyptic world.
I think
Not
there's
really.
nothing.
It'd
Anything
just
that's
be really
anything that
different.
strays from middle of the spectrum is extremely open to corruption. I think anarcho-capitalism could be extremely open to corruption, just like communism is. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like anarcho-capitalism, like, something can fucking happen, and like
Yeah, someone will rise to power.
someone will rise to power, and then they pay off the police force, and then what the fuck are you gonna do? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, then they have their own private military, and you're like, now what? I don't know. It's just sketch.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know. It's theorizing of
different world.
of things like that. Like, it's too many variables.
Yeah, because everyone would have to be in agreement, like the same way with like communism or like socialism. Like if you have someone that's like trying to rise to power, they will.
Yeah,
And then they can
That's
fuck
it.
over everything.
It's easy to destroy, but it's hard to rebuild, basically, or something like that.
I don't know how that metaphor works, but let's go with it. Yeah, bro.
Well,
Lewis the poet.
Okay, look, let me explain then. I suppose because I'm retarded. It's easy to destroy like a system like anarchy. It's easy to destroy that because someone could organize and rise to power and then destroy the anarchy by bringing everyone together. You know.
Interesting.
And then it's hard to like come back to that anarchy state once and everything's organized.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm just maybe I'm just saying the wrong like
Wrong.
maybe the wrong order. I don't know.
Wait.
At least I tried, you know.
It's the effort that we can't live.
Yes, yes.
exactly.
Oh, it is.
You gotta be, you know.
Bro, do you remember in like we were in high school, and one of our friends, he went to approach this girl, and we were in the cafeteria, and it's a pretty packed cafeteria because our school is pretty big. And he goes to approach this girl like 2 tables in front of us, and I'm like, yo, Alex. He's like, what? I'm like, dude, look, Lewis is approaching that girl. He's like, he just looks straight across like and starts clapping. And then all the whole table starts clapping, and then the whole cafeteria starts clapping. And we're all just clapping for this guy.
He's walking towards him, like red as fuck, and everybody's clapping, staring at him.
That's hilarious.
It was fucking awesome.
Wait, did Lewis win now?
Huh?
Did Lewis win?
He's with that girl
He's still with the
No
girl.
way. No way.
Yeah.
What? Which Lewis is this? Sotomayor?
Yeah.
The other one. Oh,
Sotomayor.
nice.
The power of friendship.
Who would have thought? That's fucking crazy. Imagine if he didn't clap. He wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
He wouldn't win.
Exactly.
The clapping so made it happen, yeah.
Because the clapping, that means the girl was also like nervous as well. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck, what do? I guess I gotta say yes.
Well, also a quick shout
out to
what's the opposite
David.
of a shout out?
Fuck you.
A quick fuck you. a quick fuck you to the waiter from Ale House.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude,
that
you
was
want to be
fucked
that
up.
petty?
That was fucked up. That's
Yeah.
fucking
Wait,
shit.
when this was Sunday?
No, we went to Ale House yesterday. I'm sorry, 2 days ago, Monday.
Oh, I
And,
wasn't there, of course.
Yeah, the waiter was just shit. Like, they dropped the wings all over us. And,
What?
That's not what me and Alex were talking about.
He
but
does nothing to worry.
the waiter who will eventually watch this because we're gonna go
We're
viral.
gonna go viral. She'll watch this eventually.
She'll watch this eventually and she'll hate herself.
What happened?
No, nothing, man. I just like.
Real spinny game. I was trying to give him the assists, and
Yeah.
it worked, and then she never had to.
Yeah.
Oh, she goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? That's
she goes.
No, okay, I thought this was some stupid shit.
That's why-
Now I'm
that's why
left
he
with the
said-
dilemma. I was like, I kind of want to confront her. I kind of want to show up.
We should
Be
go
like,
back and ask her because she said we could. She
Yeah.
told me we should.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
go back and ask her.
All right, I'm about. She doesn't work Wednesday or
Well,
Thursday.
you gotta
though,
make sure
so.
you find out her timing, though.
Yeah, we do. We already know. She works at like night, and she doesn't work Wednesday or
Yeah, she
Thursday.
told
this
us
week.
she was off and everything.
Yeah,
And she
that was the
just didn't
sketchiest thing.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
bro, I did find out I had known her from before, and that
Oh,
might have
that's
been
why.
it.
That's why.
Cause like I had direct message to her before from Instagram, way years ago. Yeah, and I was like, oops, it comes back to haunt me. Yeah, so maybe she saw the old messages and she was like, who the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
who's
that's
this
probably
guy?
what it was. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
True. Sonic didn't, oopsie.
They're fixing Sonic, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Denzel Curry is coming to Sonic's right over here in Hialeah
Oh, no way.
on Sunday.
Really?
Wait, is
Yeah.
it like doing a meetup or something?
Yeah.
We're largest dropping an album Friday.
What?
Was it?
Another one?
Just announced.
What?
Can't fucking wait,
I'm
bro.
down. If we get another Eminem feature,
Yo,
ooh.
I hope it's just a Logic Eminem collab.
Oh my god, that would kill
That would
me.
actually be nuts.
Yeah, that would kill
They
me.
don't got bars.
I'm fucking eating, bro. Like, Logic on Friday,
You're eating.
Next
week?
Friday's
Tyler.
Tyler.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm
Tyler's
fucking
next week?
eating, bro.
Oh, shit. We ain't going hungry now.
Your ears are gonna be.
We need
full.
Kanye though.
For one day.
I need Kanye.
One day.
Was Life Pablo his last album?
No,
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
Ye.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Oh, and
yeah.
Kids See
And
Ghosts.
Kissy Ghosts.
And Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah, there was the one with Kid Cudi.
Yeah, we're waiting for Yandi.
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 Yeah.
I know someone named Yandi.
Really? Because he's talking about Gandhi. He just put his Ye
Oh,
on, like he
that's-
did with Yeezus,
Yeah, so
not
Yeezus.
Yanda.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
no, it's Yandi.
I like
What
that.
would be
He said,
Muhammad?
what up, Yandi?
Muhammad or something?
Yeah, Gandhi was actually a terrible fucking person.
Yandi.
Oh, I heard. Wasn't he a rapist?
So he wasn't a rapist. Okay, not that he was a terrible fucking person.
He
but
took advantage of his powers.
he was a
Had sex with
strange
people.
person. He was he constantly
He had sex
had.
with minors, right? Is that what it
No,
was?
he didn't have sex with minors.
Frank, let him speak.
Period. Fuck you. He constantly had minors sleep in the same bed as him, naked.
Right.
In
So he
order
could
for him to
resist.
become stronger and
Yeah.
fight off temptation. That's fucking sketch, bro.
Yeah, it is sketch.
That's sketch. Just like Mother Teresa. Thought she was a terrible person too.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too, man.
Yeah, that she didn't believe in medicine because Jesus, because God will heal these people, like the kids. Like she had a huge hospital for the kids, but she never gave them medicine because God will heal them. And so the kids were always suffering. A lot of the kids died.
They just give him water and be like, you could go.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Didn't it ever cross your mind like maybe God gave you that medicine for a
Exactly.
reason?
There's two types of religious people in this world. The annoying people, like who would you consider Mother Teresa, like
The delusionals.
yeah, the delusionals, like God the I don't know, like they believe in divine intervention from God himself, which is strange because nowhere in the Bible like it states that he's gonna do that.
Well, he did it through Jesus, and there's going to be a second coming.
But that wasn't like that's
about his divine intervention.
Yeah, but like not even but like Mother Teresa for example.
But yeah, it's not supposed to happen all the time.
And there's people like God created this medicine for me to have and get better.
Right, exactly. And
that's how you
see
religion.
Yeah. It's like that story about the boat and the guy like who's stranded. No.
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry.
No. It's like the story of like this dude who's like stranded and a boat comes to save him and he's like, no, God will save me. So the boat goes away and then comes another boat.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And then they're like, oh no, like God will save me. And then eventually he dies and then he goes to God. He's like, why didn't you save me? And God was like, I sent you 3 boats. You rejected all of them.
Yeah. That's a great fucking story. I love it. Yeah, people be crazy.
Yeah.
I think I saw that in a meme.
I read the story of like these people who in the middle of a hurricane or something, they all went to the church to pray, and then the church collapsed on them and they all died.
Oh my god!
That happens, and there's also shit like incredible, like fucking like only like what people consider miracles.
Well,
like,
I consider
opposite things. So you get me? Like something happens and they go and they start praying and they.
I don't believe in miracles though. Like I haven't
You're
seen.
religious, so you can't.
No, what do you mean? I mean, a miracle would have to be, in my eyes, like if you define a miracle as like something that has like low chance, then that's not a miracle to me. The miracle to me is something that defies the laws of nature.
Right.
And if that's the case, I have yet to see any credible evidence of something that has broken the laws of nature.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, you're completely right. I've always thought of the word miracle as divine, but yeah, I see what you're saying. That there wasn't like it doesn't necessarily have to be
like Jesus. Like he performed miracles. Like that would be a true miracle. Like if he were to really walk on water, if he really did that, then yes, that would define that as a miracle. No, I'm saying he did. He's saying that guy swam. Like everybody else.
It was all an illusion.
Chris Angel.
Chris Angel.
So you consider somebody that like is in a coma for like 5 years. They have like no, like they're like just the doctors tell them there's like almost no chance of them coming out. They get out of the coma. You like that's not a miracle.
That's not a miracle.
No, that's just a low chance.
Yeah, exactly.
I see what you're saying. Makes sense. What were we talking about? What were we talking about miracles before?
We were talking about Mother Teresa, and then before that we were talking about medicine, Gandhi, and then before that we were talking about
this conversation.
Yeah.
We just fucking steamrolled it.
Kicked off.
It was awesome.
That was a good episode though.
It is awesome.
Wow.
It's a good episode for sure. I like this one.
It started off shit.
Yeah, my bad.
And we apologize.
Yeah, my bad.
But we picked it up probably after like the first 20 minutes. Not even. Probably the first.
Good job, Umberto. It's you guys, bro.
Oh, that's the first time you guys hear his name.
Hey, shout
out to David. I got you, homie.
Yeah, bro. David.
I get it.
Alright.
What time are we at?
1 hour and 8 minutes.
Oof.
I think it's.
This is not as long as yesterday's.
We don't have to.
We got every episode. We gotta.
No, fuck
every
that. We
episode
don't
has
have
to
to do
get
every
better.
episode to be like that.
We need to get to like 120 today if we want to.
Then fuck, we need to go. It's fine.
Don't give me that fucking smile.
Lewis.
Yeah.
That was like a half-ass smile, dude. What time is it actually? It's probably 4:45. You just told me.
It's 4:57.
Yeah, it's not
4:57.
Wait, let me text mommy. Lewis, I can't text mommy from. Oh, fuck, Lewis, my finger.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have a finger.
True.
Fuck.
What were you saying,
Sid. I don't know, I think it's the time that we all check our phones.
True.
Yeah,
Kind
true.
of like conclude a little bit.
Thank you for watching.
Podcast episode.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for Humberto to coming in today and being
You've
a
been a
part
great
of this.
guest.
Thank you
Even
guys,
though for
man.
probably like the first 30 minutes, I don't think you were on screen.
Yeah.
That's okay. You provided a lot of stuff.
That's fine. I wanted to ease the audience into my introduction.
Exactly. It's like they
just
were like,
the voice
"Who's this
first, and
mystery
then
man?"
they see me and they're like, "Wow."
And sorry that
What a
the
retard.
first 10 minutes of the podcast were ass.
My
But
bad.
That always happens. It always
happens. We always struggle. We gotta work on starting off strong
True.
because we always struggle to start off. We struggle to get our thoughts together, and it has to do with the little planning that we actually fucking do. Yeah.
Do the outro, please, Paul.
Luis, you in a rush?
No,
Then fuck off.
I'm sorry.
We
I like to give a fuck off to Lewis.
to David.
No, David's a cool guy.
Oh, the light is pretty cool.
But yeah, guys, thank you for watching our podcast episode. Sorry I'm a dick and suck at podcasting,
Yeah.
but such is life.
This is episode number.
I mean, it depends on when
6.
we're gonna post this. This is
6.
6 for us, but I don't know what number it's gonna be for.
6.
Well, didn't you say this is gonna be the one that we're gonna record for like 6 months from now?
No, because we
I don't
didn't.
think we acted in that manner.
No,
Therefore,
no, we
that
did not.
can't happen, yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
This man, this fool.
so it's just a regular episode
This is episode number 6.
out of 6,000.
Out of 6.
Oh, perfect. Then we're done. Yo, okay, guys. It's
That's the
nice
end of
knowing
the first
y'all.
season.
It's nice knowing y'all.
First season. Wait a second.
But yeah. That's.
Wait,
Louis, stop!
whoa,
Louis,
Louis,
stop!
Louis.
You're not allowed to press the fucking controls
Louis, you're not
anymore.
Jamie.
You're done. You're done. You're done.
I'm Jamie. What are
You're
you talking
done.
about?
You're done.
We're done. Anything you
You're
want to
done.
say?
Nah, just thank you guys, man. It was fun. You know.
It's a great closing part.
Louis, shout out our Instagram.
Please.
Shout out to our Instagram, theden.podcast. And
At
this is
the
follow-
Den.podcast.
The theden.podcast. That's THEDEN
dot as in period PODSC. You guys
It's
are
not podcast.
dumb fucks. Holy shit.
DCAST.
podcast. The Den.podcast
Podcast.
on Instagram.
.com.
And check out our YouTube and our Anchor. And soon to be on Spotify and iTunes. Currently on Google Play, Google Podcast.
Outbreakers or Outcasts.
Pocket Casts.
Pocket Casts. Supercasts.
Nope.
Uh,
Go to Spotify.
Breaker, I think, is one of them, or Breaker Cast, or Beaker Cast.
Beaker. The
It's a nice
approval to be able to post on Spotify takes forever.
Yeah, it does. I told you it's gonna take for a while.
Whatever. But nobody fucking listens anyway.
It's not like anything
It's-
gives a fuck.
People care about the video more than anything else.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, the video. Yeah.
Our videos have been doing decent. Our podcasts, like our actual listening podcasts, not that much.
That makes sense, at least at first, you know.
Yeah,
all
Breaker,
in due time.
Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher. I don't know if you're on all those, but those are the ones that's the list of.
Oh, I thought you were reading the ones. I sent the fucking screenshot, asshole. It's
Well,
on
yeah, but that happened a while ago.
Alright, well, to the outro.
Alright, so thank you guys very much for coming
Thanks for
and-
Hubert being here.
enjoying us. Alex's face
Thanks
is
for
half
having
caught
me.
off right now.
Check out this IPA.
Thank you, Hubert, for coming in and joining us. We appreciate. It
Again,
was
thanks
an
for
honor.
having me, man. I appreciate it.
We need you, just the way that you need us. We're all humans.
That's hot.
We need each other.
And if you guys don't think Humberto's a bitch, we'll have him on the next episode. On a future
On a
episode.
future episode, yeah. Let's
Yes.
not make any promises. We can't.
Yeah. But if you think he's a bitch, then we just won't have him anymore. And
No,
he
he's a cool
understands.
guy anyhow. It doesn't matter.
Thank you.